Awesome. All right. Welcome, everyone. Thanks so much for joining us today on a Friday, no less, for the exhibitor information session. Our goal today is just to touch base with you all, make sure you know what to expect and what you need to do to prepare to be on site in Park City. My name is Kayla Hamaker. I am the Senior Education Manager with Move United. I am sure you have received an email or two from me at this point. I am a white female with brown curly hair that's up in a bun and wearing a gray Move United sweatshirt today. Along with myself, we have a couple of other colleagues on this call, so I will let them introduce themselves. Jesse, do you want to kick it off?
Sure. Hey, everybody. I'm Jessie Cloy, and I apologize also that I've probably sent you quite a few emails in follow-up of things needed for the education conference, but I'm just happy to be here and assist all things exhibitors.
Awesome. Thank you, Jesse. And Jesse has been your point person for all things exhibitor related, exhibitor resources, next steps, and will continue to be your point person on site in Park City as well. All right. And we also have Jess Polar on here with us. Jess, do you want to introduce yourself?
Yep, thank you, Kayla. I'm on Kayla's team. I'm the education manager. I'm a white female with glasses and my hair up in a bun. I'm wearing a black hoodie today. Um, I don't think I've had a ton of contact with some of you, but I am running the demos for the Tuesday social. But I'll be on site and you'll see us pretty much everywhere.
Awesome. Thanks, Jess. And then I don't think we have Erica on with us right now. But Erica is our training coordinator. You probably have not yet heard from her unless you're a presenter. But she is overseeing a couple of tracks, a couple of education session tracks. So again, Jesse is the point person for all things exhibitor related. Jess, Erica, and I are the key people, the key conference team, overall conference team. We're the education team within Move United. So of course, you'll see many other staff on site, but just if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to any of us. And if you have questions throughout this session, please feel free to plug away in the chat or unmute yourself and ask your question. Quick event overview. We are just about 2 weeks away from the conference. I know our team will head out in 2 Fridays, which is pretty wild. But we do have 410 registrants right now, which is really exciting for us. This is the biggest year yet. We have representatives from 43 different states, so spanning almost the whole country. 213 unique organizations are represented in the registrant count. We have 138 presenters. That is the most presenters we've ever had. Lots of education sessions happening. 31 exhibitors. So it'll be a big exhibitor hall, which is really exciting, and almost 100 education sessions. So if you've not yet been to the education conference, it is going to be a busy but very fun week. All right, so diving into what to expect on site. On the slide, I have a photo of a campus map of the National Ability Center campus, but I will talk through the different features on this map. The National Ability Center campus is where the exhibitor hall will be located. So for reference as to how that connects to the whole conference, our host hotel is the DoubleTree, which is in downtown Park City. The National Ability Center campus is just about 10 minutes away from the DoubleTree. So we'll have a couple sessions at the DoubleTree, then get people over to the National Ability Center on buses, and we'll be based there for the rest of the day. So the National Ability Center campus is pretty neat in that it has many different features. So at the front of their campus, they have the NAC Lodge, which on the map, if you're able to see the map, is building number 5. Right next to the NAC Lodge is the admin building. The NAC Lodge is where some of you might be staying. So if you've booked lodging through the NAC, that is where you'll be. So very easy access to the exhibitor hall. Just above the NAC Lodge and the admin building, we have the hub, which is where some of the sport demos will be hosted, so kind of in the center of the campus, as well as some education sessions. But at the top of the map, so kind of the back of the campus, is where the exhibitor hall will be. Buildings 2 and 3 are specifically where we'll be. Building 3 is the NAC barn, and building 2 is their equestrian center. So we'll have the 30 tables, 31 tables spaced out between those different venues. On this slide, I have a couple of photos of the spaces within the equestrian center and the barn. So in the upper left-hand corner, you can see, to the left of the photo is the indoor arena, so a sand field arena they use for their equestrian activities. And on the right of the arena is a concrete walkway. So that is where most of the exhibitor tables will be placed throughout May 6th and May 7th. This is also where, if you've requested electricity, your table will be placed in here. We will have no more than one table placed within the width of the hallway, just to avoid congestion. And there's a doorway at the beginning and the end of the hallway, so we'll direct one-way traffic through that space. The photo in the upper right corner is just another angle of that walkway where the exhibitor tables will be placed. So you can see it's pretty wide. It cuts off a little bit of the right side by the classrooms. But again, lots of space there to set up. Right next to the indoor arena are the conference rooms. And so that's where many of the education sessions will be taking place. So the exhibitor hall, we've strategically placed it there so you get a lot of traffic throughout the day as people will be coming out of their sessions and can go head over to the tables and check out your resources and equipment and anything else you have to offer. In addition to the equestrian arena, there's a walkway connecting the arena to the barn. If we have overflow, we'll have a few tables spaced there too, but it's all connected. On the bottom of the screen, there's a photo of the hallway outside of the equestrian arena. So it goes equestrian arena, then there's classrooms, and then there's a hallway that's kind of an indoor space. And we may have a couple of resource tables in this hallway too. The hallway's a little bit narrower, so we won't have many. Again, it will likely just be like Move United resources, Move United member resources, and we'll have everybody else out in that main hallway in the equestrian center. When you do get on site, we'll have all of the tables set. We'll have all of the tables labeled. I'll show you in a minute how you see where your location is in the event app as well. All right, when you get to the event, please make sure that you check into the event with us. On our website, there are different event check-in locations and times listed. So just make sure that you take a look at that, line it up with your arrival, and make sure that you check in with us so that we can sign off on your waivers and just mark that you have arrived to the event. Jesse has followed up with everybody for this information, but we should at this point have a certificate of insurance on file, or at least have information about when to expect that. If not, please get in contact with Jesse ASAP. And then you should have also sent over a logo to Jesse so that we can upload that onto our website. You should be able to see that your exhibitor logo is showcased on our main education conference website page currently. So let everybody know you'll be on site with us. Exhibitor setup. Right now, we have the exhibitor setup time on May 6th from 8 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. So that is just before sessions kick off at the National Ability Center campus at 9:45. If you need additional time, please just let us know and we'll make a plan. But otherwise, aim for that hour-and-a-half time on May 6th. And just a reminder that all exhibitors will be provided with a 6-foot table. They'll have 2 chairs and a white table linen for the week. But of course, you can use your own tablecloth if you have it or would like to. Again, we do have some access to electricity, but not every table will have access to electricity. So if you need that and haven't communicated it to us, just let us know. And as you saw, all of the exhibitor tables will be indoors, so you can leave your stuff inside overnight and don't have to worry about moving it to another location. Once the exhibitor hall kicks off on May 6th, we'll have the exhibitor hall open from 9:30 to 3:30. The exhibitor demos, a few organizations have signed up for exhibitor demos, 5:30 to 7:30 that evening as part of the conference social. And then May 7th, we have exhibitor hours from 9:30 to 2:45. Each of those days, there is a 1-hour slot of exhibitor exclusive hours. So May 6th, that's 1:35 p.m. to 2:35. May 7th, that's 11:15 to 12:15. What that means is that there are no concurrent education sessions happening at that time. So our primary goal is to drive attendees over to the exhibitor tables. Throughout the rest of the conference, just for awareness, there's anywhere between 8 to 11 sessions happening at one time. So we intentionally schedule this to make sure that you guys have some time specifically to interact with the attendees. That being said, we anticipate the highest traffic areas for exhibitors is going to be those exhibitor exclusive hours and then lunch hours each day. Exhibitors are more than welcome to attend any of the conference sessions and any of the socials. Often at this event, we do see that exhibitors will attend sessions throughout the day. So if that's of interest to you, if there's something you want to go to, please feel free. It's up to you to determine when and how you'd like to staff your table. All right, a couple people have reached out about shipping. The NAC has graciously offered to receive all of our shipments. Jesse has sent this information out via email, but if you need it again, shipments should go to the National Ability Center. Attention, Tracy Meyer. With Movie Night Education Conference exhibitor on there, please make sure to label it with the exhibitor label so that when it arrives on site, we know where it should go. The address is 1000 Ability Way in Park City, Utah, with a zip code of 84060. Packages should arrive between April 28th and May 1st. If you are having any challenges with that window, let us know. We're asking that you try to avoid shipping more than 2 boxes, just to be mindful of the space available to us at the National Ability Center and also their staff's capacity to receive all of the packages coming in for the conference. But again, if you have any issues with this or challenges, please feel free to reach out to us and we can have a conversation. On the back end of the conference, we know that some of you will be looking to ship out materials. If you can print a prepaid UPS label for your box, we are happy to ship it out for you. We've just been asked that the boxes are not copy paper boxes, as sometimes UPS does not love those boxes. They're just a box in a sturdy, decent condition, and we'll ship that out for you. Many exhibitors I know are planning to include an item in the attendee goodie bags. Every attendee will receive a goodie bag when they check in at registration. Just a reminder to plan for 450 items, and then have those goodie bag items arrive to the National Ability Center before May 1st. So if you yourself will not be on campus by May 1st, please make sure to ship those so that we can start packing them in the goodie bags. And if you have questions, just let us know. All right, packing out. May 7th is going to arrive before we know it. So the exhibitor hall closes out at 2:45 on May 7th. After that time, we ask that exhibitors break down between 2:45 and 5 p.m. And again, if you, excuse me, if you are planning to have Move United ship any materials, just make sure to provide us with the box with a prepaid UPS label. Transportation, we've received a few inquiries around transportation as well. All attendees are responsible for getting themselves from Salt Lake City to Park City. A couple of options that are available to the public are private shuttles, there's rideshare, so Uber and Lyft. A couple of groups are renting cars. There are big parking lots at both the DoubleTree and the National Ability Center campus. So we don't have concerns about the amount of parking available. And then once we launch the event app next week, we'll also launch a platform, an information sharing platform on the app where attendees can plug whether they're have a rental car and have extra spaces or are looking for a carpool. So hopefully that will help a few. Once everybody is in Park City, the transportation will be provided from the DoubleTree or the NAC Lodge, wherever you're staying, as long as it's one of those 2 host blocks, to any of the venues that are part of the conference. So if you're in pre-conference workshops, transportation will be provided. If you're staying at the DoubleTree, we'll get you over to the NAC campus. If, as an exhibitor, you have a lot of equipment that you need to transport, I would plan to have your own transportation. If you don't have your own transportation and need help getting equipment somewhere, such as from the DoubleTree to the NAC campus, let us know so we can figure that out. All right, the exhibitor portal. I know there's a couple of questions around this one too. So within our registration platform, we have registration where attendees register, input their information, select their sessions, and then process payment. That is one part of the platform. A second part of the platform is the exhibitor portal. So that is where all exhibitors, their organizations have been inputted, and you should have received a link to the exhibitor portal. Within the exhibitor portal, you're able to upload your organization logo, organization photos, resources, web links, social links, any language you want to include, taglines. You can customize that to reflect what you want of your organization. But again, it's separate from your registration. So as an exhibitor or an exhibitor staff, you should have registered yourself and updated your exhibitor portal. If for some reason you have not received the exhibitor portal link or are confused about the process, let us know, and we're happy to help you guide you through the process. Unfortunately, the platform, the exhibitor portal, and the registration does not integrate and speak to each other. So they exist separately. There's a photo of the exhibitor portal on the screen. So once you log in with your email and your organization name, you'll see on the left side there are options to complete your tasks and to update your organization information. So that's where you'll be able to make all those modifications. But again, if you have any questions, please let us know. You may ask, why am I updating all of this information if it just lives behind a wall? So once we launch the event app next week, all of that information that you have updated in your exhibitor portal is then going to display on the event app. So there will be a tab with all of the exhibitor names. Attendees will be able to click on the exhibitor and see all of that information that you inputted. So that is why you want to have that updated, and ideally updated, if not now, by next Thursday. When you arrive on site, the way you'll know where your table is specifically is there will be an interactive map in the app, and you'll be able to find the pin for where your table is. But also we'll have all tables labeled with your organization name as well. But that'll be an easy way for attendees to also know exactly where your table is and where to find you. Right now, you are not able to download the app because it's not, you'll be able to look it up as a Move United Education Conference, but it won't officially launch to the public or be downloadable until next Thursday. And then the last thing we ask is that you just share about your experience on your social media platforms. We're excited about the conference. We're excited to have you out there, and we hope that you're excited to be there too. Awesome. Well, that is all I have for you all. Does anybody have questions for us? Yes, Marcy.
Yes, thank you. If we're going to bring things to the exhibitor hall area, where do we, and let's say I go ahead and rent a car, where do we park the car in order to drop off our stuff? Is it just outside of the equestrian building?
Yes, let me pull my slides back up and I can show you on the map. We'll have some signage up as well once we are on site. One second. Sorry, it's taking a minute.
All right.
We're almost there. Okay. So on this map, you can see building, oh man, sorry. Okay. So this is, we're back to the National Ability Center campus map. The Equestrian Center building is in the back and the barn is in the back. So the easiest place to unload is the parking lot to the right of the Equestrian Center. So there's a parking lot. I'm not sure if you can see my cursor, but just to the right of the building. There are several parking spaces here. You'll be able to walk into the building. There's also this parking lot behind the Equestrian Center that should be available as well.
Okay. And if I don't have a rental car and I use your transportation, will the transportation be able to, I guess, take us during the time of a setup so we can drop our stuff off? Like
Earlier in the morning,
yeah.
we
Or is it I need to I need to have a car to do that?
That's a good question. We will have, I'll make a note. We have a couple of shuttles running back and forth between the NAC Lodge and the DoubleTree in the morning to get people from the lodge to the keynote session. So I'm sure
Okay.
you could just hop on one of those shuttles and head back over to the NAC Lodge.
Okay.
Yep. That's a great question. We'll talk to the NAC staff, but that will be an option for you
Yeah,
all.
just curious
Yep.
what my options are.
Yep.
Okay. Thank you.
Of course.
Hey guys, this is Chris at Top End. Thanks for great presentation. Had a lot of questions. I only have one left now, so good.
Woo! Success.
Hey, so we manufacture equipment, right? So
Sure.
we're in Florida, so long haul there. So we're gonna want to freight some equipment there. So we're not talking small UPS boxes, so probably 2 or 3 pretty large boxes. Just wanted to make
Okay.
sure that was okay. And then we'll, coordinate to have that freight picked back up after the conference and removed.
Sure.
I don't know if there's
Okay.
something specifically that we should put as the contact information for, receiving that freight, make sure that's okay and that kind of thing.
Yeah, no, that's a great question, Chris. Thank you. So what I would recommend is send a separate email to Jesse and I, and we'll connect you with the NAC staff so that
Okay.
we can get all of those logistics situated. I don't anticipate it'll be a problem, but we definitely want to have it on their radar and have their staff ready to accept that.
Okay, that's great. That's
Awesome.
it. Thank you.
Yep. All right. Any other questions? All right. Well, then I think we'll wrap it up. But thank you again to everyone for tuning in. We're really excited to see you all out on site. If you have any questions between now and the conference, don't hesitate to reach out. But otherwise, we'll see you in 2.5 weeks.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks, everyone.
Bye-bye.